G'day folks, Turntales here. Those of you who know me know that I really love my card games, and I enjoy making custom cards for the games I play. My Little Pony is no exception. So, from time to time, I'll talk about some of the cool things going on in the custom card scene. Today, I'm going to talk about a mini set of custom cards I've made for the game, centered around Maud Pie and a love of rocks. It introduces a few core concepts to the game and some interesting effects. The mini set has been around since before Rock and Rave was announced, so keep that in mind. This video is being released alongside a play video on the Truly Outrageous Pony Players YouTube channel, where I road test the cards in a real game of ponies, so click the annotation or the link in the description to check it out. I should note, however, that a couple of the cards have had slight changes since that video was recorded. I'll put up annotations letting you know what's changed. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First up, I think it's only appropriate to talk about the Mare of the Hour herself, Maud Pie, enthusiastic geologist. One of the first things you'll notice is the colour and its symbol. This is one of the first new concepts, colourless cards. Colourless is the state of having no colour. It acts and behaves like any colour, to meet requirements, confront problems, and so on. However, when a colourless card gains any colour, it is no longer colourless. And vice versa, when a card with a colour loses all its colours, it becomes colourless. Aside from that, Maud Pie's start side is fairly standard for a main, and she flips when a rock enters your discard pile through any means. When flipped, you can search your deck for a card named Boulder and put it into play anywhere. Additionally, if Maud is involved in a face-off and you flip a rock friend, it gets a +3 power boost. Maud also has the new hardened keyword, which is best discussed on the next card, Boulder, Pet Rock. Boulder is your standard 1-for-1 no requirement entry for colourless, but also carries the hardened keyword, which, as we see, gives the card +1 power when at a problem with at least one other hardened character. This, much like Studious, doesn't stack, and the card will only get +1 power no matter how many other hardened characters are at the problem. Boulder is, of course, a rock and carries that trait, as do the other friends in this set. As you might expect, there are quite a few cards that interact with the rock trait in this set. The next card is our 2-for-2 entry, Igneous Rocks, Hot Gone Cool. Nothing much to say about this card. I'm debating whether or not to give it hardened also, but I don't use this card in the deck I built, so I haven't tested it out. Next up is an interesting card, Pebble, Fieldful. And, like its name suggests, there's a lot of them. This card carries the introduction of the Unlimited trait, a kind of parallel to the unique trait found in the OCG. Unlimited simply means that you are permitted to have any number of this card in your deck, ignoring the usual 3-card limit. Combine this with the effect that allows you to discard it to give a friend +2 power during a face-off, and you have an interesting face-off trick. 0 power, of course, means that the more you run, the lower your flip average is going to be. Maud Pie's +3 to flip rocks helps to mitigate this, as does the next card. Rocky, a pile of rocks, is a 2-for-2 with an interesting combination of effects. It carries the standard hardened as well as stubborn. They just won't get out of Rainbow Dash's way! And its effect is similar to the random keyword, but unlike random, it allows you to reflip a 0 power card as well. Keep in mind that Maud's continuous ability will grant the +3 power before you can check to see if it has 1 or 0 power, so no reflipping if Maud is involved and you flip a rock. Next up on our list is one of my favourite cards, Sedimentary Rock. Sedimentary Rock. Being 3-for-1, it's not too great in the efficiency department, but its effect more than makes up for it. Finally, an actually good graveyard recursion card. When you play this card from your hand, you get to choose 3 cards in your discard pile and banish them beneath it. Then, when you draw a card, you can instead choose to add one of those cards to your hand. This works even if you draw multiple cards from an effect, such as playing Let's Get This Party Started. You can choose to add 1, 2, or 3 cards to your hand and draw the rest. On to the last of our friends, and the set's only ultra rare. It's everyone's favourite rock, Tom, Huge Diamond. A high requirement efficient 2-for-3 friend with hardened. In addition, he has a Trixie Hat-ish effect, allowing you to exhaust him and pay 1 action token to move an opposing friend to home, diffusing a troublesome Springford, Big Mac, and so on. The best part is, the effect can be used from home. Onwards to the events. A rock is a nice little utility got-you event, allowing you, when a problem is confronted by either player, to retire a rock and exhaust up to 2 characters at that problem. Opponent gunning for a double face-off with an Applejack carbo loader? No problems, just throw a rock at it. Next is another favourite of mine, Power Driver. Quite simple, for 0 costs retire Rock Friend and draw 2 cards. This card is an excellent early card to flip moored and plays well with Sedimentary Rock. Of course, what colour would be complete without a showdown card? This set's offering is Rock Throwing Contest. As standard, choose 2 friends to face off. The loser discards 2 cards of their choosing. Still not sure if the loser discarding 2 cards is the best outcome given the other cards in the set? Let me know in the comments what you think. Our first resource, Dolph Rock, is one I actually don't use in the deck, and is more of a demonstration of colourless itself. Simply attach it to a colourless character, and that character, at the start of the score phase, will become a colour of your choosing, losing colourless along the way, until the start of your next turn. Useful if you need to confront a problem and don't have your off colour, or you plan to play off colour reaction cards during your opponent's turn, but not much beyond that, as it reverts to being colourless during most of your turn. The next resource has my most favourite flavour text out of all of these cards, and a decent effect to boot, Rocket Bolt. Simply play it to your home, and sometime during your main phase, you can retire it and discard a rock to move up to 2 opposing friends' home. Finally, what new colour, or rather lack thereof, would be complete without some problems, the first of which is a fairly standard starting problem, a huge tower of rocks, requiring 1 colourless plus 1 of any colour to confront. And finally, the last card on our list is the problem, Past Memories, with 2 bonus points and requiring 3 colourless plus 3 non-colours to confront, 7 wild for the opponent. When the problem is revealed, its owner may banish a card from their discard pile to beneath the problem. When they subsequently confront the problem, they add that card to their hand. Well, that's it. I'm not sure if I'll add more cards to the set in the future, but it feels fairly complete to me. The deck I've been playing with has been working well, and is fairly balanced. What do you think? Any cards you would add or change? Let me know in the comments below. All of the cards here can be seen on the MLP CCG Wiki, and be sure to check out the cards in action over on the Truly Outrageous Pony Players YouTube channel. Till next time, have a good one.